Coming up this week on all things travel and lifestyle. We're at the Soweto Theatre to check out their latest play about the king of Amazulu, Cetshwayo. We visit one of Kodesi's cafe branch in Linden to live the pink life for a day. And we attend the Marula Festival in northern KwaZulu-Natal. It was a celebration of culture, music, and dance.
One of the most beautiful and breathtaking destinations in Africa is the Okavango Delta in northern Botswana. And it's the biggest inland delta in the world. With an abundant wildlife, scenic views, it is the epitome of serenity. Now, quietude and luxury is what is promised at the Au Safari Camp, and I'm so ready to switch off and tune into nature.
With temperatures at 30 degrees Celsius, you can just imagine how hot it is here. But once you step inside this beautiful decorated lodge, you are greeted by tranquility and the sound of nature. On a good summer day, you might just be lucky to spot a few wild animals that flock here to drink water from the river across. Located in the middle of nature, this lodge is a perfect getaway destination for the entire family who want to experience the safari life. Most people come out here to tune out of the hustle and bustle of city living. There's a lot to explore here with a variety of activities to participate in. So we opted for a game drive experience, expecting to see the Big Five, but it was not meant to be. But all was not lost, as we got to see some wild animals roaming around and feeding.
Now, one thing that I want to tell you is, with the jungle or with the bush, your trip one way will be totally different from your trip back. Because animals are not waiting for people to come and see them. They're constantly moving. You might go one direction and you see buffalo. When you come back, it's zebra, because all the animals are moving. That's why in a place like this, we can't guarantee you that you'll see lions or you'll see an elephant, you know what I mean? Because they're constantly moving.
Maung is also known for its picturesque sunsets. So when the sun went down, we could not help ourselves but go on a canoe ride along the river. That is home to different animals, big and small.
Mokoro is a canoe, a traditional canoe. It used to be carved out using big trees, but because of conservation, it was switched. Now it's fiberglass. Yeah, so now it's fiberglass, save the trees. So you go into that Mokoro and into one of the most breathtaking channels of one of the rivers which are part of the delta. There in the Mokoro you will encounter many animals. I mean, if you're lucky, you'd probably roll past a hippo. There are elephant channels where elephants cross the river, and from the canoe in some of the areas you can see wildlife as they're just grazing or browsing nearby. At the end of the Mokoro, what follows is a nature walk.
Soweto Theatre came alive with music and dance in the recent theatrical portrayal of the story of the Zulu king Cetshwayo, who reigned from 1872 to 1879.
In 1872, King Cetshwayo never took any nonsense from the Africans.
It's about the Battle of Isandlwana and the history of King Cetshwayo, who conquered the English. So the show is celebrating that, the pride of being an African. I just tell this kind of story because most of the people have forgotten who they are, and they also living negatively. When you think black person, think negative things. So I wanted to bring that black pride to our South Africans, especially the young people, to know that issues of land are not new issues. They started from 1879 until now. We're still fighting that battle. So I wanted to show them that sometimes we think that it's us who started things, but things started long ago. And Uqetshwayo conquered the English using the spears, and he made history. So we need to be reminded about the strength of a black person.
In combining poetry, song, and dance, the story aims to draw learners to the theatre, to educate them about the story in a positive light.
I'm telling the story through storytelling method, but also there's a lot of music and a lot of dance, and also multimedia. I'm using images, I'm using the video to enhance the story. So for it to be accessible to people who are even not theatre goers. So that's what I used.
Audiences can expect to see some familiar faces from the small screen, portraying historical figures that are part of the story.
There's Tandega Zulu, who is playing there, and there's also Stella Zuma, who is Etimbeu. So we've got a lot of young TV faces in our musical.
The play will run till the 13th of March 2022.
Happiness is a 4-letter word spelled P-I-N-K. Pink is definitely a way of life. As a matter of fact, there is a rock and roll superstar in the US named by the name of Pink. Pink has also proven to be the type of color that is slowly becoming gender neutral. It's got many varieties to it. You can wear pink, you can live pink, you can eat pink, you can be pink. So today I am at Goddess Cafe to prove this theory. Take me through the concept. How did you guys decide that pink was definitely the way to go?
So I normally joke and say my boss dreams in pink. Sorry, boss lady, but pink is my boss's favorite color, and she was going for something gaily, something that's calming, something fun. And so pink being her favorite color, she decided why not do a pink shop but properly do it as well. So she came up with this concept, and she's done the decor and everything, the designing of the shop all by herself. So she's a natural creative. So yeah, that's how I think the concept started. And also because she wanted to create a place where women can come with their girls, mothers, sisters, daughters, and also for men. It's not really only for the ladies, but you find we have a lot of men coming here as well. The sweetest being the fathers who bring their daughters here for a father and daughter date. And also for the husbands who want to spoil their wives, and yeah, even men in general just like to come here and have a pink drink as well.
The color pink is so versatile that even the menu items are pink, from the mains to the guilty pleasures of sweet treats. I have never felt so pink than I do today. I'm here with the chef. How's it?
I'm feeling very well, and how are you, ma'am?
Thank you. I'm great. Okay, they look very, very beautiful. They look really pretty. Do they taste as beautiful as they look?
I mean, it's not just about the look, it's also about the taste. You don't come here only for the ambiance. I mean, you can see the shop is a very pretty and lovely, vibrant color. Signature pink lady, one of my favorite cocktails, even though I drink it off duty.
Yeah.
Our lattes are one of the best selling things.
Yeah.
When it came to the colors, we tried to stick with what is authentic with the shop, what the owner wants. And I mean, pink.
Yeah.
Pink is a very beautiful color, very bright, vibrant. This is our beetroot and falafel salad. It has the pink quinoa, as I said earlier on, the onions, and then our dressing here is a pink hummus. We don't do the normal hummus, we make it pink to emphasize the color.
So we've got two outside sections, one in the front and one at the back. Customers who come with their dogs, they sit outside.
Pink Power is about sharing unforgettable moments with those you hold dear. What do you like about, apart from the food, what do you like about being at a pink venue like this?
I like it that it's so pink and beautiful, and that this place has pink glasses and nice stuff, as well as the flower decorations here.
Okay, so is pink your favorite color though?
No, I have more than one favorite color. I like pink and purple. But this place also has purple in it, which is why it's my favorite place.
Ladies, I love the color coordination, the beige. Did you guys plan outfits?
Never. No, we did not. No, we didn't. I ran past my cupboard and I thought, okay, it's a dress day. Yeah, that's what
I love it. What do you like about this establishment?
It speaks to my soul because life's too short to not eat dessert first.
Have you been here before?
I've been here before. I've been here for the first time last week Friday with another friend. I just couldn't believe it. I phoned her immediately and I said, I found our place.
Yeah.
Flowers, girly, and of course the cake is something else. Something else.
Living the pink life is the ability to get lost in the sweet and fulfilling pleasures of life. This moment allowed me to tap into the kid in me, getting lost in the endless possibilities of the color pink.
Known as the tourism capital of Botswana, Maun is situated up north in the Delta, and it's known for its scorching temperatures. The Okavango Delta craft brewery is the perfect spot to cool off. But it's not just about the beer. There is an interesting story behind it.
We make craft beer and cider and other non-alcoholic beverages from millet that's grown in the Okavango region. We buy it directly from smallholder farmers in the rural areas around the Okavango Delta. It's a craft brewery that's quite unique in that it has a unique story behind it. And we came up with the idea of developing a craft brewery because we wanted to add value to produce that is grown in around the Okavango Delta, but also that provides an opportunity for farmers to benefit as a direct result of living with wildlife.
We got the privilege to go behind the scenes where the magic happens and get to learn more about how they make their beer.
Our unfermented beer, and we bring it up to boil. We cook it in a sense, And during that time, it sterilizes your unfermented beer, and it gives you an opportunity to add your hops. So this is what hops look like. These have been sitting in the bottle for a while, so I wouldn't say open it and smell it. It's going to smell a bit cheesy and skunky. Yeah. But hops is like a climbing vine plant. Creates these small little flowers that look a bit like pine cones. We get that, you see it on like the Hansa bottle and that sort of stuff. Yeah. But that little flower gets processed into these pellets. So this is how we receive our hops. Easier for transportation, it's a bit more concentrated. Yeah. But what you want out of the hop plant is you want the acids and the oils. The acids in the hop plant give you bitterness in a beer, and the oils give you flavors and aromas. You're going to drink from left to right, drinking from your lighter style of beer to your heavier style of beer. The first one we're going to try is our Delta Lager. So it's a lager style of beer, which means it's brewed with a lager yeast. It generally ferments out to be much cleaner and crisper than an ale style of yeast. Next beer is our Panhandle Pale Ale. This is now a step away from your lager yeast, ale yeast, which gives it some slightly more flavor and aroma. So it changes the mouthfeel a bit, makes it feel slightly heavier. So it's not as crisp as a lager, but with this one it's English style beer. So it's slightly malty, should pick up some nice malt flavors with some subtle hop notes on top of that. The third one is our Kingfisher Session Rpa. So IPAs are generally very hop forward, quite heavy in alcohol and quite bitter. We wanted to create a session version of that, which means it's much easier drinking. You can drink a lot more of them in those high alcohols, but still has that massive hop flavor and aroma to it.
It smells nice.
So you smell the beer.
It smells nice.
Yeah, it smells like there's almost fruit added to it.
Yes.
It's the oils that you're getting from the hops that I was speaking about earlier. And then last, but definitely not least on the list, is our Old Bull Stout. It's an Irish style stout, brewed in honor of Graham, our director, who's an Irishman himself. So it's a nice light stout, it's coming in at 4%, but it's brewed with a bit of dark malts and a bit of caramel malts, which give it its dark flavor, also give it a kind of a coffee and chocolate flavor and aroma as well.
Whether you're a beer fanatic or not, the craft tasting experience is one you don't want to miss.
The marula is delicious, but probably looks nothing more than just a fruit in the forest. It's common in the woodlands of South Africa. Northern KwaZulu-Natal is one of those areas. Would you believe that it's the harvest of the marula fruit that's causing all this celebration? Once a year, the Tonga or the Dembe Nation of Northern KwaZulu-Natal, Southern Mozambique, and Eswatini comes together to dance and sing in celebration of all that the marula fruits can do.
Isizwe asivumelekile ukuthi singaqala ukudla lesi sithelo ngaphambi kokuba siqalwe inkosi yabo. Qale ke bekhuleke enkosini ukuletha isiphuzo bese ke bekwazi ke njengesizwe ukusijabulela lesi sithelo. Ziningi ke izinto ezishiwoyo ngaleli uhlobo lwesithelo umganu.
The women in the area brewed the beer from the fruits together. They then pour all their produce in the same container for it to be shared by the community.
Wenza ukuthi imphakathi ibuyele isebenze ndawonye. Ngicabanga ukuthi uyabona njengoba bengena omama ngokwehlukana kwabo beyothululela umganu lapha emathangweni. Akekho umuntu ongacabanga ukudlisa omunye umuntu ngoba buhlanganiswa ndawonye bonke ubugani bese bukhiwa ngezitsha sebiyahlukaniselwana. Uyabona ukuthi iyabuyiselwa kubantu into yokuthi sikwazi ukusebenza ndawonye siyimphakathi sidle ndawonye kungabhekwa ukuthi ukuba uba nongathintanena uba nongathintanena
The area of Mhlabuyalengana, Amagano, or the marula plant, as many would call it outside this area, are really, really popular. They do all sorts of things with them. They turn them into beer, juice, and there's even jam.
The fruit itself, it got a number of things that it does in terms of your spirituals with our ancestors. We got a communication through this fruit.
The marula fruit has got so many potentials, from the beer to the wine to the creams and cosmetics. I mean, the potential is just quite amazing. We need to do the hard, detailed work now to build sustainable businesses. But again, how do we develop the product in a more systematic way, but also builds local ownership into it on the tourism side? Again, we're exploring the Mozambican side and the Swaziland side.
The Untitled Marula event brings people from far and wide to Mhlabuyalengana, which has great benefits for the local economy.
It's been happening before the borders that are there at this point in time, of which is Swaziland and Mozambique. We used to be one community of Swaziland and Mozambique. So this celebration is being celebrated in Swaziland, it's also been celebrated in Mozambique, but the bigger event is happening on the other side of the border, of which is South Africa, of which is Sizwe Sabatembe, which is celebrating and restoring the history of this event. Most of us who are residing other side of the border, we are originated from Mozambique. As you know that the capital city of Maputo, it's called Maputo, being corrupted by Portuguese, is actually Maputo, the grandfather of the Tembes, of which have been named after that. So that it tells you that the area of Watembe, as you cross the river, is the area that is being reigned by Amakosa Watembe.
This year, the event returned for the first time in 2 years after COVID lockdown interruptions. It was scaled down and limited to only 2,500 people. But they still showed off the culture of the Dembe or Tonga Nation as they moved through the streets of Mhlabuyalengana. For a day, locals also got to sell their goods and local foods to the visitors. The return of the Untitled Marula Festival has been a great success.